All right, for more on this, we are now being joined by Mark Faber, who is a Swiss investor. He's based out of Thailand. Thank you so much for making time for us. He's also the publisher of the Gloom, Boom and Doom. Thank you for joining us on WION World as One, sir. Do these allegations compromise the credibility of SEBI? Should the SEBI chief resign after these allegations? They're serious ones.
Well, we have to make the assumption that what Hindenburg has been publishing about the case, namely that it's not transparent because some people associated with SEBI have a conflict of interest, we have to assume that these allegations are true. If they are true, then the people involved have to resign. There's no question about this. But I'd like to make the following observation. This regulatory environment, SEBI, and before that, the SEC in the US, which was formed in the 1920s, they were essentially formed so-called to protect the interest of small investors. But actually, they protect the interest of big business groups and of the investment banks and of brokers, and they're not interested in small investors at all. But it's presented to the public as if they had the interest of the small investors in mind. But as I said, I think this case, and I looked briefly at it because I'm an international investor and a global macro economist. I obviously don't have time to read all the details of the case and also to have analysts that verify the authenticity of the report by Hindenburg. But let's assume that it's correct. Then, of course, the members of SEBI that essentially violated securities laws, they would have to be taken into account. And the first step would have to be that they resign.
Mr. Faber, how do you reckon the markets will respond as an investor like yourself? How do you feel the markets are going to respond to Hindenburg's allegations? And what's in store when markets open tomorrow morning?
Well, I don't think that this determines the level of stock prices. Having said that, I just wrote 3 reports recently that asset markets have reached a turning point and that asset markets from here on will be disappointing for investors, that essentially the factors that should be favorable for stocks, they're no longer with us. In particular, the interest rate movements, in particular inflation and corporate profits. And let's put it this way, for most people in this world, economic conditions are recessionary, for most people. Now, statistically, the governments will still show some economic growth, but you have to understand, in a monetary inflation, everything gets distorted and you show nominal growth, but in real terms, inflation adjusted, the economy contracts. I give you an example. So, say your wage goes up by 10%, but your cost of living go up by 12% or 15%. In nominal terms, you're wealthier. That's the illusion of wealth. But in reality, because the inflation exceeds your income gains, your standard of living is going down. And this is what is happening for, say, 80 to 90% of the global population.
I hear you.
The rich people, including myself, I mean, as an investor, I like money printing. Stocks go up under money printing.
I hear you, Mr. Faber. I just want to also get your thoughts on this. Do you feel there are indications that Hindenburg's reports might unveil more high-profile figures and scandals? How do you anticipate this saga will unfold?
Well, I have looked at the Adani Group of companies. In my opinion, there's something fishy in the accounting of the group. So in this case, I kind of agree with the Hindenburg people.
All right, sir. We'll let you go for now. Of course, Monday morning will be one to watch out for, and these are serious allegations. What implications they will finally have, this is something which we are all waiting to watch and see. That was Mark Faber, Swiss investor based in Thailand, joining us. Thank you so much for making time and joining us and sharing all your insights.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.